left it as a cliffhanger that there was some stuff going on with it. Well, the only thing going on was I didn't look at the label on here. I went off a form online and it said that the firing order was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But on this coil pack, this is 5 and this is 6. So I had to flip those two coil wires around, spark plug wires, coil wires, whatever. I had to flip them around and it solved all the problems. I mean,
Road's very nice.
Ford's done, Ford's good. Timbo can handle the rest of this kind of stuff like this. And what else are we getting into?
Bro, it looked traumatized.
I guess it is time. We gotta clean the shop first though.
You think it'll crank?
Yeah, it'll definitely crank.
What?
Yeah. I got all this junk laid out everywhere. You got the gas bottle over there.
Neglected.
It's not neglected. It's only sat for a little while.
Look at all them bugs. Beat up that fender even more.
Yep. I hate this jump box, brother. I need some gasolina.
Do we have any?
Don't try this at home. I'm what they call a professional.
No, you ain't. Oh!
God, I hate this thing so much. I tried to just put a little splash, but we just gave the intake a bath. I'm a professional, it's fine. That's what they told me to say anytime I do something stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, make sure she understands.
Well, I'm not pouring gas on it again, but it crunked.
It did.
I've started working on the F-350 a little bit, but today is more or less just bullshit day, I guess. So let's get into it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Faulkner Fab Productions. I am your host, Jonathan Faulkner. This is... We should insert some sexy red music. This is cameraman Jordan Faulkner. And then for comedic relief, inside, chilling on the couch, we have Timbo Faulkner. Oh, well. His last name isn't actually Faulkner, but he is a cousin. He's a part of the Faulkner Fab production team. All right, cameraman, do your job.
They're all cracked loose, bro.
You cracked all of them loose, bro?
Yeah.
Why was you acting like you was dying then?
Because I cracked them all loose and I was dying.
Oh, all right. So in this tutorial video, we don't really know what we're doing, but Dodge Dakotas and Durangos are building in popularity because they are the best performance slash mini SUV trucks that were built in the time that they graced the planet. So, yeah, no. But Dakotas and Durangos are gaining a lot of popularity. This has a third row seating, a V8 engine, 4-wheel drive. Leather, yeah. But they're getting a lot of popularity these days. That's not gonna hang, is it? But since they're doing that, we know that there's people going out and they're seeing deals on them and they want to know, like, oh, if I got to replace them, they're old. They were made 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So this is just brakes. Little brother thinks that his rotors are bad. We're going to put front brakes on it and kind of walk you through that process of how to put front brakes on your Dakota or Durango. Oh shit. Non-branded Cerveza for the win. So anytime you're working on one of the greatest made vehicles in the world, you should just embrace the America and open a couple brewskis, kick back. If YouTube wouldn't demonetize us, we would have music playing, you know, anything from Dolph to Cross Canadian Ragweed to Asking Alexandra. We listen to anything around here, but we're gonna pop these. Like, you want to be a slab or what? You got these gay little spike lug nuts on here. You got the greatest vehicle made, and somehow you make it look worse than it should. Take your standard lug nuts off. Don't ever put these things on your whip. Take your standard lug nuts off, and once we get these lug nuts off, we're going to get into the nitty gritty of this. I tried to do like a Conor McGregor accent. I don't know if it worked or not. Oh, in the dirt.
When are we not gonna get one in the dirt, bro?
We're also doing a tire rotation with this as well, so you don't have to rotate your tires if you got a good Durango. Look, Spike, I'm not sitting on, I've been sitting on that, John. I'm not doing it this time. So this is the point where you got your non-sponsored, non-labeled cerveza in your hand, you're kicking back on a brew, and you're like, huh. Hey, cameraman, can you go get the tools I need to do this?
Oh, on the other side?
Yeah. See, this is how it works. I'm here to do the work. There's no way that I should be getting tools, lining it up. Look, man, I'm here. I'm doing the work. I'm enjoying a brew. What else is good to talk about these? I'll tell you what's not good to talk about. Your fucking piss poor rock light wiring we got hanging down.
Oh my god, bro. Chill.
I mean, we could do something to make that a little bit better. But, so, we're in here. Be one of the last times, I hope I say this, but one of the greatest vehicles ever designed. Simplicity was key back in the day when these things were built. And, everything is great and wonderful. I love the Magnum platform. You know, he put spike lug nuts and color match stuff, whatever. It doesn't matter what he did to his, but fact of the matter, Magnum platform is up there with the LS platform as far as durability and reliability. The only thing that I have an issue with is these brakes should not be this hard to change. This little thing right here that makes it where your brake pad doesn't sit down, I've still yet to determine if running it like this or flipping it over and running it on the bottom is a better option, because if you run it like this, it pulls your pad down. I think this is the way it was intended to run, but based off of the design of it, you would just assume it would sit like that because it matches whatever. We're gonna flip them this time to see if we get better wear, because you lose. I'm paying for brake pads. I want to use all my brake pads. I got a good section of brake pad that don't get burnt running them like this. So we're gonna do something that I'm not really 100% accurate on. I'm out of breath from yelling. We're gonna try flipping them down this way, because I've never even seen a video of people doing Durango brakes before. But the last time we ran the brakes, we had this flipped up here. This time we're gonna put pressure against the brake, and I think putting it down here is gonna hold good pressure, and potentially we may have done it wrong the last time. But, you know, under your own vision, do what you wanna do. Don't do what I do. We're just showing you the simplicity of the greatest vehicle ever made. Grab your 7mm Allen head and put it to the off mode on your icon ratchet. Come in here. It's not a 7mm on this side, brother. It's because your other side was oversized.
Factory 7mm. But we got a replacement.
Do we need the replacement?
I guess we'll check and find out.
Yeah. So
Might be smaller, bigger.
it's definitely a smaller one. So these things, the way that the slide pins are made on these, they do have issues. They make replacement pins. It happens. They strip out. You're threading straight into the knuckle, which is common. That's the way it works. But for some reason, lining these up with this rod right here, it causes stress in the bolts to strip. It's a common thing. They make an oversized pin for this reason. I don't even remember where we were at, because phones keep running out of storage because we got a bunch of shit on our phones, I guess. But these caliper bolts, I'm just gonna call them caliper bolts. I'm being extra right now for no reason. Take these caliper bolts out. Little brother made a mistake, a boo-boo on the other side, which is why we didn't record taking the other side apart, because he thought you had to take the whole caliper off for some reason. Not the case. These guide pins, these caliper bolts look okay. No discoloration, no warped threads. So, pry this thing, get a little space in it. It's starting to get dark out here. Hey bro, your sister-in-law is wanting to watch Deadpool and Wolverine tonight. We gotta hurry.
Bro, I don't have money to go, bro.
Timbo, Jordan just said something like we give a shit. Alright, I'm pushing this caliper in the best I can before we, that's probably about as good as we get. Before we continue forward, I'm going to take my sunglasses off because it's dark as a mother brother out here.
A what?
A mother brother.
I ain't never heard that one.
I didn't want to say the F word, bro.
Mother trucker, dude.
Oh, that's a good one. Anyways, so here's the caliper. We're talking about these Durangos and Dakotas and how junk they are. They clip these. I don't know if you can see on the camera because the cameraman's busy changing his taillight, but they clip these things in here like crazy, bro. So I always try to loosen these clips right here up or pop it out if it'll come out. There it goes. But there you go. So it's got like a good clipping system to make sure that they don't walk or move or leave. So there's that one. We'll leave this one in to push the caliper the rest of the way in. I'm trying to get a good angle for the camera, so maybe that's good. And then grab your handy dandy caliper tool. It's really not that great, but it does the job. I can't find my C-clamp that I usually use, but this one was already basically pushed all the way in. Loosey goosey. Pop this pad out. A clip system in it as well. You know where the new brakes are at?
Yeah.
Where would that be, brother?
One rotor for you, my boy.
Yes, sir. New rotor.
Two new pads for you, my boy.
2 new brake pads. So we'll move this rotor, move it back up out of the way. Try not to bust the rubber hose, which I am doing a really good job of stretching to its absolute tensile strength. On these Dakotas and Durangos, you don't have to take your caliper bracket off to take the rotor off, which is a unique design, but it's not the only one that does it. You take brakes off, rotor comes right off. Rotor's still in pretty good shape. I don't know why we're doing rotors and brakes, but
better safe than sorry, Cook.
so rotor, I literally just, the rotor's off. It's good. See the axle's good, looks good, don't see any damage. While I'm in here, just check everything out.
Hey, Cook.
If it was something,
Turn the key over and hit the brake.
if it was something that we really cared a lot about, like looking good when we get done, we would brake clean all this off, but it's just rotors and brakes. We're not gonna take the knuckle apart and powder coat it and paint it and get all SEMA build on it. So we're gonna take and just put the new rotor right on here. I always take a lug nut when I'm doing this. Put the brakes over here. Where'd the lug nuts go?
What? Lug nut?
Can't get no work done when I ain't got nothing, bro. Anyway, we're gonna put a lug nut on here to hold the rotor straight and then get back to putting the brakes on. So these things are a pain in the butt to clip in. What I always do is I just push these clips in a little bit, break them in, you know. They basically fall out, like the inside one, it'll basically fall out at the end if you don't do this. They loosen up over time, tensile strength, heat, all that stuff. So I push them in, so when I put them in here, it's not super tight. It'll just go in and out. If I get it too loose, pry it back a little bit. You know, make sure it has a little bit, but it's not gonna matter no matter what. You just want it to hold itself in there for when you put it around the rotor. It'll always have clamp pressure once you pump up your brakes and you're driving. This one, same thing. Get these clips, pry them out a little bit. I don't really know a good way to do it, but I just pry them up a little bit so they're not super tight when I line them up and put them on.
I get wide for spike oak nuts. You can get these. Usually whenever you sell, they sell spike oak nuts, they give you the spike. Or whenever you buy a fill, they give you the spike. But yeah, those other ones,
Bro,
bottom drawer of my toolbox.
maybe I need to pry a little bit more.
Bryce. Nonchalant, fucking laid back motherfucker.
I know.
They're talking side conversations in the back.
My fault, gang.
Shout out Bryce. If you heard what they said, you know what they said.
6'4" Bryce.
6'4" Bryce.
Skeeter 6'4" on TikTok.
Oh my god. Line this John up. I loosened yours way more than this, I think.
Yeah.
But
Try to get it pressed down?
that was fairly well lined up. I mean, demonetization inbound. So you take it, and I get the reason they have so many clips on these. My assumption for that would be, but I don't have it pushed in there.
It just sits awkward, bro. You're gonna have to like hold it and go in with it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I did the same thing on my side. I was like, bro.
I don't think I have a big enough gap, in all honesty, though.
Really?
But because I need to, like you said, put both hands on it. Nope. I got the rotor pushed all the way in. Or the rotor. I got the caliper pushed all the way in. Maybe I don't. Easy fix. Check
No,
it.
you don't have to be in there. You don't have to be in there. You get it. But you put them right here. That would be the cleanest spot for them. That's where I put my mouth. You know who's got some? But I don't know if Bryce's circles will fit right there. But honestly, if you put it close enough. Yeah.
And it could have been because I pushed. Oh yeah. It's probably because I pushed the caliper in
But you put it right
so
here,
early, and then I started doing the rest of this stuff, explaining to the camera.
But that's how it's
It can push itself back out over time just sitting. So now I did see it physically push back in. I have the brakes easy enough to get on and off just for situations like this. Slides right in. Line it up as center as you can.
I mean, I got this phone. I would use it.
Push it down.
You put them in your pocket, it's gonna run right there.
And then now hold the back caliper. Back pad.
That bottom.
Down on the bottom.
These don't like
Down to the top. And what I've been doing on this, just to see if there's any bad noises or it feels bad, braking feels bad, we will definitely come back and take it off and redo it a different way. But we're gonna flip this clip down, experimental style, to see if maybe that's the way it's supposed to have been this whole time and why he feels weird braking at the current moment. So with that on, everything should be basically lined up. I'm gonna have to push the caliper in a little bit to get the caliper bolts to go in right, but yeah, I'm right at the hole, surprisingly. It never goes this easy on these things because usually with this facing up here, you're putting pressure down the whole time because you're not really fighting it, but you're kind of fighting it, if that makes sense. And this has kind of been like a straight cut, no causes video other than the phone's not working. I'm talking a lot. I'm kind of running out of stuff to talk about, but they're easy. They're just typical brakes.
5, 6, or like 5 or 6s. Like instead of being 10, 5. Yeah. You put them in there. They make
Now all you have to do, pump up your brakes, do your wheel rotation if that's what you're doing at the time, and you have brand new brakes all the way around. And I think we may have just solved one of the issues with the weird braking is us not flipping this down. I think it needs to be down to hold brake tension, and he feels like he has a weird braking problem because the brakes weren't installed right the first time. Now, if anybody in the comments knows if this is right or if we need to take it back apart and flip it back up here, drop a comment and let us know. I didn't know research prior to this. We've changed the brakes on it before. We're just snowballing at this point. His brake pads look brand new. His rotors have a little bit of weird wear on them. Probably could have gotten by. but we wanted to try to fix the issue that was going on. What he thinks is an issue, maybe it's not. But yeah, I honestly believe the Durangos and the Dakotas are the greatest vehicles ever produced, and the price of them is showing that now. They're kind of going up in price, which everything is, but these things are bulletproof. They're built to last. There are some lemons out there. Be wary of that, but if you find a good deal on a Durango or a Dakota, jump on it, especially the Magnum. You know, after 2002. Hey, Jordan, it was 2002 when they went to 4.7, right? So like,
Or it may have been 01, but whatever. 4.7 is the worst Mopar V8 motor ever built, and I will die on that hill.
All right, I gotta go home and delete all this shit off my phone. This is gonna be the outro of the video. The brakes are done. Next video, we'll test drive and see how the brakes are acting, have an update. Appreciate everybody watching. Leave a like if you liked the video. And if you didn't like the video, I get it.